Hello, my name's Lesley Atherton and this is my short story called Underneath. Angel's black hair hung loose over bony shoulders. To be out of the house with her hair down was unusual for her, but the day was a hot and sticky one, and the itchiness and heat of her hair against shoulder blades was preferable to the sweaty scalp that would begin as soon as she tied up her hair. Mum was away on a work conference, and Jen was the only person they knew who was prepared to look after a stray teenager till she returned. The problem was that Jen lived more than 100 miles from Angel's home, so while there, Angel hadn't any access to friends. Not only that, but the signal was terrible, and Angel had given up trying with social media. All of this meant that Angel was becoming impatient for the week to end. She became so bored that she'd even taken to playing on the old DS that Jen's son Jake had left behind when he went to uni. This is what bored and stupid kids do, she thought, as she reluctantly took it from Jen's hands. But it didn't take her long to become interested, despite herself, and soon she found herself getting sucked into a completely different and unexpected world. It may well have looked as if she was just a teenage girl sitting under an oak tree in the ancient and neglected woodland next to Jen's house, but the real Angel had become lost within her unexpected pastime. Sure, she was awake, and had anyone walked near to her, she would have noticed them and would have looked up to say hello. But that was only the presence of her physical form. Her elemental form was awaiting knowledge, and was searching for the means to escape from the constrained electronic world of the game her soul played while her mind and body mouldered, briefly, under an ageing mouldering tree. She knew the game wrapped her in a shroud of unreality, and when she did return to the ordinary, she did so with new skills and with a protective invisible cloak of pale blue satin. Angel tried to share her gaming life while eating dinner with Aunt Jen, but she only needed to glance at the older woman's face to know for sure that her auntie had blanked out, so Angel stopped talking and continued eating. Why should she expect or hope that another person would get sucked into the game world as she had? She'd hoped that Jen would be as excited as she was about the game's themes. After all, it was set in the 1960s, 1970s and 1980s, and included so many cultural icons that she knew her auntie would recognise. Pac-Man, hippies, new romantics, and early electronic games like Pong and Simon Says. All backdrops, all characters, and all effects were illuminated with undulating lava lamp brightness. That's why she'd shared her new experiences, to her current embarrassment. After silence of a few minutes, during which both concentrated on crunching raw celery and carrots, Aunt Jen asked, "But what's the point of it?" "Wandering around, I think, Auntie. The purpose will be revealed as I get further on." "That's like life. Lots of aimless wandering around, surrounded by enticing plastic consumables, but you don't know what it's all about till it's too late to even think of going back." Angel picked up a cherry tomato she'd wrapped with a couple of slices of wafer-thin ham. She popped it into her mouth and felt the sweet fruitiness pop over her taste buds. "Yes," she said, as there seemed little else to say. It was the futility of entertainment for entertainment's sake. It was the pointlessness of these fake occupations and artfully contrived challenges. Angel went outside, leaving Jake's DS console on the table, and after a few minutes Aunt Jen picked it up and switched it on, curious at what had been distracting her niece for the entire week. Within an hour, she was hooked.